Hear ye. It is 6 o'clock, so therefore it is incumbent upon me to call the Village of Terrace Park Council meeting of December 11, 2024 to order. If you please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Lyons, would you please call the roll?
Gasky,
Here.
Ritson. Here. Lehman. Here. LeMay.
Here.
Lindell.
Here.
Sharp.
Here. Thank you. Next on the agenda would be the meeting minutes from the November the 6th meeting. Anybody had a chance to review? Any suggestions, corrections, or deletions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
One more set of minutes for 2024 to go. Any residents to address council? Who are we kidding? There are none. Reports, village officials. This is the last meeting of the year. It's frankly, it's a tough one. We lost a good man. Family lost a husband, a father, a brother, an uncle, and all the above. And we miss Chief Dronsfeld. He will always be sitting over there giving me the eyeball, offering his peepers, and I brought these just because he makes fun of me because I never brought my glasses. So I would like to just take a minute to just kind of silently reflect on what he has meant to all of us, to the village, and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Chief. Moving on, we had the tree lighting on Sunday. I want to thank Lauren Ingebrigtsen for stepping in my stead. It was, I drove by at the very end. It was packed, it was crowded, it was standing room only, and of course she did a much better job than probably me or any other mayor that preceded me in lighting that tree up, and so I thank you very much for you stepping in. This is also the time of year that we thank all of those people who helped make this village the greatest place, in our opinion, to live. Again, it's such a cliche, but it takes a village, but more importantly, it takes a village of volunteers and hardworking, dedicated employees to make this place spin like the top that it is. So if you'll just indulge me for a minute, I'd like to go through and thank these people for what they've done and will continue to do. Not to prioritize or put any type of hierarchy on this, but let's start with the fire and EMS volunteers, because without them, we'd be in a world of hurt. And again, I'd have to thank Steve Dronsfeld for his service over the last many, many years in his capacity. We have Joe Albert, Justin Arnold, Jen Arnovitz, Isha Bahandri, Tom Barbeau, David Bruce, Mackenzie Bruce, Jennifer Buckholz, Will Buckholz, Jeff Carl, Ken Kasky, Lauren Colston, Nick Corrigan, Sean Crowley, David Davis, Becky Darner, Chris Dixon, Bob Donnelly, David Downs, Spencer Dunning, Chad Eckert, David Fine, Brandon Fortner, Christopher Gleason, John Gatz, Steve Gellner, Brian Graham, Duke Hall, George Hefner, Simon Higginbotham, Chris Hill, Todd Johnson, Rio Cadono, Chris Kahn, Mike Kaplan, Christopher Lee, Kyle Lehman, Mickey List, Bruce Long, Creighton Long, Bob Lowry, John Maggard. I want to really thank John Maggard for stepping up in a really big way. He didn't ask for it, but we called upon him, and right now he unfortunately has two chief's hats on, and I can assure you, Chief, we are in the process of, at your request, removing one of those hats as quickly as we can. So if you please just bear with us, the process has started, as you know. Thank you from all of us for what you have done and will do.
Mm-hmm. You're here.
Very much so. And I guess I should say thank you, Susan Maggard, for putting up with your double hat job. So thank you, Susan, and Andrew Molnar, and Erica Moore, and Chris Pageant, Jessica Pembleton, Alex Podar, Jason Rhodes, Craig Russell, Will Shoes, Ben Stevens, Hester Sullivan, Rebecca Todd, Jeannie Wade, Andrew Walter, Kyle Welling, Chris Wilson, Matt Ziegler, Ty Zimmerman, and Dr. Brendan Sheridan. Thank you, fire and EMS volunteers. You are greatly, greatly appreciated. And to the village employees, volunteers, all of you, and the elected council members. Jeff Lemay, thank you for your guidance. Paxton Dell, thanks for the hard work. You bit off some big projects here lately, and they're not done yet. Lauren Ingebrigtsen, we've got some work to do to try to remove a hat, so thank you very much for what you are doing. Regina, thank you. You've brought some light into the trail. You have some other projects that are sort of on the horizon that we're going to look forward to hopefully introducing to the public. So thank you for what you do, John Gasky. Thanks for keeping track of the zoning. It's been a pretty quiet committee as of late, but guess what? I think things may take a turn, and you're going to be there to kind of guide us through. Same with you, Judy. It's been fairly quiet over there, but depending on how things go with the next selection of the chief, we may have some work to do on some new rules and law. Thank you. The voters got it right. They've got 6 unbelievable people who essentially, it is a volunteer job. So make no mistake about it. Thank you. I would have a hard time doing this job if it weren't for the 6 of you. Speaking of not wanting to do a job without a particular person, it's Jerry Hayhoe. He is the reason why I chose to run again. I consider him as professional as they get, and more importantly and personally, I consider him a very dear friend. We talk every day on the phone, usually about good stuff, sometimes about the real world things on a very small scale type deal. But Jerry, you have done such a great job helping us keep things on budget, keep things on track, working with the chiefs and all the other people that coordinate this. So thank you very much. And not to mention the people that are under your particular aegis, Lieutenant Prudent, Officer Larry Johnson, Officer Maggie Quinlan, Officer Mitchell Powers, and Officer Cameron Amarin. Thank you very much for keeping us safe, everyone. Maintenance Department, Steve Furman, Dave Evanchek, and Tim McLemore. The place always looks great. The tree's good. I was reminded by Dave Evanchek on Sunday when I saw him at Skyline that the tree is now so big, next year we're going to have to rent a picker. It's an all-day job, and I think he was greasing the skids early, so we need a line item for a half a day of picker to put lights on that tree. They do the yeoman's job. They plow in the middle of the night when it's cold. My understanding is leaves are done. We are now in brush pickup.
Right, they'll be done by the end of the week.
All right. But so thank you to them for making this place look great. They are the unsung heroes who are, out of the eye, but do a lot of the hard work that makes this place, physically hard work to make this place great. Heather Spilley, the Clerk of Courts, Katie Lyons, thank you. This job would be much more difficult if it were anybody but you. You do a great job working with Jeff and Jerry. You're the first call the first person that answers the phone when somebody calls, and what a nice, delightful, pleasant person that you are. You handle difficult questions and scenarios with the utmost professionalism, so thank you for everything you do. And if people yell at you, they should give me their name and we'll call them. Jerry Frankenhoff, the urban forester, what is he called, Tree Jerry?
Right.
We got Officer Jerry, we have Tree Jerry, and Zoning Administrator Lois McKnight, thank you. To our able counsel here to my right, Jeff Forbes, a man I've known 20-plus years in a professional capacity. We've worked together a lot. We've worked opposite one another a lot. And at the end of the day, we punch each other in the nose. I've always respected his position, and we've always been managed to shake hands and have a beer afterward. Thanks for your counsel. I hope that you continue to have not much counseling to do, but when you're there, thank you very much. Prosecutor Scott Ritter, Mayor's Court Magistrate Tom Longano. Those two do an awful lot of work that probably you're not aware of. I would encourage you to go to Mayor's Court sometime. It is quite interesting. It is quite interesting, the amount of work that they do in conjunction with Jerry. Thank you to everybody on the list.
The Planning Committee? Or
We-
is it Planning and Zoning?
We have Planning and Zoning Committee. I don't have those names in front of me. We have Steve Holmes, we have David Moyer, we have Amy Neisinger, we have Dee Walter, and we have
Tricia DeMichael.
Hank?
Tricia DeMichael, Hank Rowe, Jay Goman is on the planning commission. Planning commission meets once every 5 years.
Yeah, it's
I got to remember, I think I have.
me and Jay
And me,
Hank.
and you.
yeah.
So, thank you for all of your services. Thank you for the reminder. Have we missed any other valuable and important committees? No, but you almost think you have to thank everybody in the village because everybody steps up and does something. So, if it's an incomplete list, I'll take the heat as I was signed up to do it, and it was not by any particular reason other than my omission. That's all I have to say about that. It's been a great, great year on budget or below budget, fiscally sound, fiscally responsible. I've said it before, the more times government touches things, sometimes the worse it comes out. We make decisions quickly, we stick by them, and they're learned decisions with the input of the people that are needed to come to that informed decision. I couldn't be any more proud of where the village stands and in the hands that it is in. We have some big projects coming up. We've got public works, we've got budgeting issues, we've got all sorts of things. We've got chairs to fill over there, so we've got a lot to do in 2025. So hold on, let's get ready, and we'll give it hell. So, again, thanks to everybody for everything they've done. That is the end of this mayor's report. Chief Fiscal Officer, Mrs. Lyons.
I have no report. Thank you.
Solicitor.
Thank you, Mayor. No report.
Great counsel. Clerk of Council, anything in that regard?
No, thank you.
I will combine them. EMS and Fire Chief, John Maggard.
Thank you, Mayor. On the EMS side, the good news is we have, as of right now, 8 people lined up for the January start of a new EMS recruit class, which is badly needed. We're in the middle of updating our SOPs. Hasn't been done for a couple of years, so we have some new equipment, new procedures, some things like that that we're dealing with. On the fire side, there's nothing I can add about Chief Dronesfield. We miss him terribly, and on a personal level and fire level at the same time. And we are also in the midst of reviewing officer responsibilities, which need to be addressed. Farming out some of the things that Jeff Carl does ably, but needs to farm out a little bit. So that's going well so far. So, end of my report.
Thank you very much. I will say this for everybody out there worldwide watching this on TV. I got my calcium test on Monday as a result of Chief Dronsfeld and that whole experience. It's $100 and maybe takes 2 minutes. Maybe takes 2 minutes. The paperwork took longer. I'm hoping that my results come back okay, but I would encourage everyone to go and get your physical, get the easy tests, get the colonoscopies, get all of that stuff, because you know what? You never know. So,
Councilman, could I add one comment?
Fire.
Former Councilman Terry Howe
Terry Howe
saved his life.
saved his life.
Former Mayor
Goman, yeah.
Goldman, same thing. So I would echo your sentiments.
Yeah, I mean, I was embarrassed the fact that it took me this long to do it, but get your calcium test. Police Chief, Village Administrator, Jerry Hayhoe.
Thanks, Your Honor. I'm happy to announce that Lieutenant Pruitt has been accepted to the 91st session of the Police Executive Leadership College.
Oh, great.
He will begin the intense 3-month training program at the end of February. The leadership program is part of the Ohio Association of Chiefs of Police Law Enforcement Foundation. It's 3 months long. He spends a week, a month there, And when he's here, he'll be reading books and doing reports. It's very intense, and I can tell you that he's in class of 91. I was in 25. And so, I don't know if you guys were on council when I went in. But
Some
it's
of us
good.
may not have been born yet.
I can tell you that I used what I learned there every day here. So I'm very happy for him. I'm also happy to announce that Officer Cam Ammerman has successfully completed his probationary period and now is a member of the Terrace Park Police Department. And he's done a great job so far. The maintenance department will complete the leaf pickup by this Friday because they need to disassemble the leaf vac system so that they can get the truck ready for snow. And it takes all three of them. And these guys take no vacation during leaf season, so I lose a lot of them in the last couple of weeks of December. You know, I'll have one or maybe two guys on during the week, and it takes everybody to make the truck ready for the snow. They've picked up 67 loads, approximately 10 passes through the village, so that's a lot of miles walking. Next, Duke's contractor that will be installing the new gas mains is RLA. It's on the side of their trucks. All affected residents in phase 1 of the project will be receiving a large postcard in the mail, excuse me, letting know the typical work days and hours. Also on the card is a hotline set up by Duke to answer any questions. And thanks to Mrs. Lyons, we have the information on our website and a link to Duke's Terrace Park information page, which she put in council packets. So, you know, as we get it, she gets it on, and we'll get it out. And again, this is a very important time for folks, if you haven't already, to get on Code Red. Go to the website, terracepark.org, and it's very simple. The informational postcard will be only going out to the homes affected as the construction moves through the phases. Council has a map in their packet of the different phases. There's 4 phases. However, the number of the phases does not necessarily mean the order of construction. The plan right now is when phase 1 is complete, they will move to phase 4. This will have the least impact on the elementary school. So they're hoping to get this spring, you know, up until when school gets out, they get phase 1 done, and then they want to tackle by the school and phase 4, and then move possibly to 3 and then 2. So, but unless you received a postcard, you're not affected at this particular phase. They plan on starting in the very beginning of January. So I expect within the first week or so, I met with RLA and Duke down at the old RV storage lot, where it's going to be the staging area for all the materials, supplies, and equipment down there. So it will be least intrusive. I mean, there may be some equipment parked on the street during the week. However, on the weekends, everything will be moved down there. So, again, if you have any questions, you know, let me know. And I'm currently working with RLA and Duke to come up with a badge, basically, for them, for the folks that need to go into the homes, so that the residents know that they've been cleared, or they're part of the, you know, the police department has cleared them to be on their property, basically. But again, don't ever hesitate, anyone, if something if it doesn't look right or you're not comfortable, you give us a call, and we will make sure that they're part of the team. But again, that's RLA is the contractor that's Duke's going to be using, and Duke will have someone on site every day here. So, and I have direct contact with them, so. You know, it's the very beginning. Hopefully it goes smooth.
Should be fun.
Yes. If you have no questions, that's the end of my report, and thank you, council, thank you. And like I said, this, the police department, this community, you know, we are a direct reflection of the values of the council. Thank you.
What are they doing at the corner of Elm and Stanton?
That's another mystery. And that's,
They kept that box open for,
Not related to this?
pardon?
Not related to this?
it is not. That is a separate, that's a very large 8-inch gas main that comes up Terrace Place, down Elm, and then it actually goes across the river. That's the gas line trail. There's the gas main is underneath that. It goes under the river and then up to Round Bottom. They are doing a lot of work on that Round Bottom main. And so I know that, I guess, things needed to be tweaked here. I also know that they were in there doing sandblasting the vent and stuff, because I believe there was some lead in it. So they had an abatement crew come out, seal it off, and restore it. So
I didn't ever know what that thing was. It's a big hole.
yeah, no, that's a gas main valve and stuff, just like the one across from the post office,
Inquiring minds want to know.
right?
Thanks, Chief.
You're welcome.
Any member of council outside of their committee? Let's do it. Reports, resolutions, and ordinances of standing committee, planning and zoning. John Gasky.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no report this evening.
Thank you. Finance, Jeff Lemay.
Thank you, Mayor. I have an ordinance and a resolution. The intended budget for 2025. We've not made any changes to the best of my knowledge. So this is simply an execution of confirming with the county that we intended to go forward with our budget. Any questions? Good, okay. I'd like to introduce in advance to the third reading ordinance 12-1, 2024, our 2025 final appropriations.
Second.
Gasky.
Aye.
Ingebrigtsen.
Aye.
Lehman.
Aye.
Lemay.
Aye.
Lindell.
Aye.
Sharp.
Aye.
I move to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
Second?
Gasky.
Aye.
Ingebrigtsen.
Aye.
Lehman.
Aye.
Lemay.
Aye.
Lindell.
Aye.
Sharp.
Aye.
Great. Thank you again to Jerry, John, Katie, members of the departments for that budget. Okay?
They will spend it wisely, people.
Of course. The second one is our resolution 12-1, 2024. We need to make a minor adjustment to our budget. It doesn't increase our overall budget. One thing I want to point out is we're now 18 months roughly from when we created the 2024 budget, and this adjustment, it represents less than 0.5%, 18 months. So that is some really good budgeting by Katie. Yes.
Well, and Jerry.
And Jerry and their departments, and staying within the budget, more importantly, this late in this year, and the fact that we did it 18 months ago. I wish I could run my household that way.
18 minutes.
So, unless there's any questions, no? I'd like to introduce in advance the third reading resolution 12-1, 2024, to empower the chief fiscal officer to revise the 2024 appropriation budget.
Second?
Gasky.
Aye.
Ingebrigtsen.
Aye.
Lehman.
Aye.
Lemay.
Aye.
Lindell.
Aye.
Sharp.
Aye.
I move to adopt the resolution as an emergency.
Second?
Gasky.
Aye.
Ingebrigtsen.
Aye.
Lehman.
Aye.
Lemay.
Aye.
Lindell.
Aye.
Sharp.
Aye.
Again, thank you, Katie, Jerry, that's great. Great. End of my report.
Thanks, Jeff. Buildings and grounds, Regina Sharp.
Nothing new to report tonight, Mayor.
Rules and Law, Judy Lehman.
No report, thank you.
Public Works, Pax Lindell.
I don't report, but I would like to give Jerry a shout out. We do a lot of work on the Public Works Committee, and he's a good guidance on the Public Works Committee and sidewalks and streets and everything, so I appreciate your help, Jerry, thanks. But end of my report.
Great. Public Safety, Lauren Ingebrigtsen.
I just want to mirror your comments at the beginning of the meeting, thanking Chief Maggard for taking on additional responsibilities with the fire department. Your guidance and leadership in that department is so appreciated and respected by all the members of this community, and I hope you feel some of that appreciation we all have for you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm going to try to fire you as soon as I can. I promise you. We're working on it. Any continued business? I do have one other thing before potentially. We are kicking around, there's a potential opportunity for the village on something that I think that everybody would be really excited about, but it's fluid right now. And I'm just throwing this out there I know it's December, I know it's the holidays, but if we needed to scramble on fairly short notice, and of course you would be fully informed about everything, to maybe try to get some things in place to take advantage of this. Is everyone's busy. Is anybody out of town for the entire month?
I'm out for a week.
Okay,
Of December or?
this December. Okay, I mean, nothing to be alarmed. This is all really good, fun, exciting stuff.
You can't share what this is? Okay, we don't.
Are we ready? I move to adjourn into executive session under Ohio Revised Code 121-22 G2 to consider the purchase of property for public purposes.
Okay. Does that need a second?
Yes.
Then yes.
Is there a second?
Second?
Favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are now in executive session. Are we on TV? Now, can you put us back on? You are right now, yeah. Okay, thank you. We just came out of executive session and no action was taken whatsoever. And is there a motion to adjourn for the year?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Let's roll. You know it's the last.